I picked up these, I don't know how old they are, maybe 18, 20 teenagers, 18, 19, 20. She said they had a stop at the store. She said, she said she came back out. She said, she scope out the scene. And I said, what is that, a new saying? She said, yeah, it's new. I said, yeah, I say stuff like scope out the situation or scope it out. But I said, it's pretty interesting how every generation has a new sayings, but they say the same stuff. Now, at her age, she probably doesn't understand the significance of that. But every generation has a new saying, but there's nothing new. There's nothing new, people. There's nothing new. If I'm going to scope out the situation over there, or scope out the scene, it's the same thing. It's just a different saying. It's supposed to sound cool, right, to that generation. And if the younger people would listen to the older people, it would help them in the long run. But usually people have to learn everything in their own time, you know. Like somebody told me one time, she said, they're just not there yet, you know. Scope out the situation. I already know. Y'all already know this. I know that y'all already know this. A lot of stuff that we know, nobody ever talks about. But you know it deep down. And then when somebody talks about it, it jives. It jives with you, you know. It's pretty wild how the patterns repeat, and every new generation thinks they have something new, thinks they have some kind of trick up their sleeve that's never been done, you know. I dropped her off and said, wasn't there a shooting over there recently? She said, over at the high school, the older guy got shot and killed by a gang member. And it just keeps repeating. It keeps repeating. So after I dropped them off, I pulled up the article. The guy that got shot evidently was a minister at a local church, but he liked to go to the football games, you know, over there. Same high school I went to. But it just goes to show, when you go out amongst the crowds nowadays, there's more of a chance to get. He was innocent. He wasn't even the intended target. But the chances of getting hurt when you go out in a big crowd higher than just doing your own thing, you know. It's really kind of wild, to be honest with you, when you really look at all the statistics and all the possibilities. And you make a path. You might say, what is he talking about? When you're setting a path, when you're heading a destination, I'm talking about allegorically, spiritually, I'm talking about metaphorically, I'm talking about literally. When I'm talking in multidimensionals at one time, a lot of times. And that's probably why people can't understand what I'm saying. Because I'm talking in multi-dimensions, and it's the same truth at every dimension. So when you set a path, you have to look at all the statistical data points. Is that a good path, you know? And one way that you're able to do it is use the hologram, use the book of Proverbs, use the book of Psalms, If you have scorners in your, if your path is full of scorners, why would you want to go that path? Hello? If your path is full of scorners, why would you take that path? If your path is full of drug dealers, why would you take that path? If your path is full of drunkards, why would you take that path? If your path is full of legalists, let's say you went to this church right here and it was a legalistic church, why would you take that path? Because you're being brainwashed. You're being brainwashed every time you go to that church to put you back under guilt, shame, condemnation. Why would you take that path? It doesn't make sense, people. It just doesn't add up. It don't be adding up. And so what I was saying about the young people, if they would listen to the older people, the path that they're choosing, if you know that there's been trouble with gang members over here, why would you go there? Let them destroy themselves. Don't get in the middle of it. Let them destroy themselves. They will destroy themselves. The legalists will destroy themselves. The Jezebel will fight amongst themselves. They always destroy themselves if you just step back and let them. And if you're always on guard, and if you're always aware of your surroundings, and you're always scanning, and you're always thinking, and I'm not talking about literally right now, I'm talking about you're scanning metaphorically, spiritually, about you, people you talk to, words, you're listening to their words, because out of the heart the mouth speaks. A person is going to reveal. Let's say you're just going about your business, and somebody comes along and starts talking. Just listen to the words, and you know if they're trouble or not. Now, there's some people who talk a good talk, you know. And these people are con artists, you know. They can talk a good talk. So then you learn, okay, let's say you've been burned because somebody talked a good talk. Then you learn, okay, there's some master manipulators out there. So what do you learn from that? Then what you do is you take your time. You take your time. You look for the red flags. And you don't get in a hurry. Like this guy here who saw me pull up. Now you think I'm gonna you think I'm gonna put up with that? I already knew you were gonna walk towards me. I could tell. That's why I had it on camera. What are you trying to do? I ain't got any money to give. I have to work 12-hour days, you know, to make my money. Why would I give my money away? I work 12-hour days. Why are you coming up to me while I'm trying to mind my business and you bother me on my time off?
So you know me.
Don't bother me on my time off is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't even go to the store in peace. What's that about? This ought to be this ought to be illegal. So this is what I'm talking about. We got I'm sitting here talking about scanning the situation, and then it appears on the scene. Now, how did that happen? The guy. I go over there, and the guy. He didn't even follow that guy. He followed me. And so, what I'm talking about just happened. Do you understand? Think about what I'm telling you. I'm sitting here telling you to scope out the situation. And I go up to this store, and this guy, I start to go here, and I see that guy just standing there. I know he's probably begging. I park way over here, and he starts walking towards me. I had it on camera. Why should I be harassed at a store? Because these people are selfish. These people are lazy. These people don't want to work. They think that the world owes them something. You understand what I'm saying? They think that they're top dog. These people are brute beasts. These people are demonized, demons. Demon-possessed people. The very thing that I was discussing appeared as I was discussing it. Hello? And this kind of stuff happens to me all the time. One of the reasons I do these videos is because not only I'm trying to get some truth out to some people, but I'm also experimenting with the hologram, because every time I tell a story or I talk about something, it appears in a hologram. And I'm trying to figure out how to write into the hologram what I want to be, what I want, instead of what I don't want. You saw it. The very thing. You saw it in real time. You actually saw it. And you heard me rebuke him and tell him, I don't even remember what I said, but it's like, come on, man. I don't want to be harassed when I'm minding my own business. I don't bother you, don't bother me, you know?